Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
We are muted. There we go. We are unmuted. Now you're unmuted too. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute. We've been busy.
Busy. Right now, Charles is probably going to be half here. He's got the Chiefs game going on.
No, I can't watch it. There's nothing for me to watch it here, but I wish I could watch the Chiefs game, which is, I'm sure, what other people are doing in the area. So
You're either watching the Chiefs or the Eagles. So, or you're watching us right here.
which they're all at the game right now. So if we start hearing fireworks, that's a good sign.
Yeah. I guess that's better than hearing, crying.
Gunshots, yeah.
That too. I mean, you know where you live.
Well,
Just saying.
Just saying. Anyways,
Just saying. Man, it has been a hell of a month.
a week.
I mean a month.
Okay,
Like,
that's fair.
we've had a hell of a month.
We've had a heck of a month. Literally, to a T, pretty much a month.
Jeez.
Wow, that's great.
And-
Isn't it nuts how fast that's gone by?
I know. And this month has been faster than October has.
Dude, yeah,
October was.
Dude, right? Yeah, October was fast, but I feel like
This month?
we're on November 20th.
I know. It's almost Thanksgiving.
Dude, it's almost basically Christmas.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
basically December. They're calling for possible snow up here in KC on Saturday. Seriously, like 4 inches possibly. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping no, but
I'll give you 4 inches.
no, no. Where's my whistle? Fuck.
That's all I got.
Oh God. Anyways,
That's with ladies.
When we left off, right? We left off going to, what was it, the Thomas Building? We talked about the tour.
Yes.
Speaking of the tour, we had our last event, which was.
I was gonna say with the Thomas Building. For those of you that were there,
Yeah,
guys,
great.
had a great time.
Good job.
We all had a great time. Katie and Katie were there. They had a great time. That
Yes.
Charles Fort guy was there.
Yeah, weirdo, fucking weird guy. That's weird.
Oh, he grabbed my butt
Anyways.
once.
Just once, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a
Totally
mistake.
regret
Maybe like a missed sirloin, like just a slice.
it. No, we're not going there. But
Oh, I love it.
no. Anyways,
I've missed doing this though.
I do too. I mean, we missed two in the last month. I would say we missed 2 shows because one was events. The second one, what would we miss last Monday for? Oh yeah, we had some stuff happen that we couldn't go on. That's right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
That's what it was. Work. If you want the show to continue, help us out so we don't have to work.
Dude, facts. That'd be nice.
Facts.
That'd be so nice. But
Yeah, no. But yeah, you were alluding to the Carpenter's mortuary investigation. That one was awesome.
yeah, dude.
Awesome.
I think, okay, I think I've been touched in the past before as far as paranormal goes.
Mhm.
Just clarify there,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
all the people at home.
Yes.
So when I say that I fully believe that I was touched at Carpenter's, I fully believe I was touched at Carpenter's. I mean, I think you were touched.
It was.
one of the guests was touched. Like, I guess she was touched like twice.
Another guest got his shirt.
Oh yeah,
set his
that's
shirt
right. It was tugged. Yeah. But let's preface the night real quick though. Let's set this up for everybody. So let's start at the very beginning. That I noticed. I don't know if you and Josh. Oh, so
let's just say it.
Yeah, our special guest was Josh Hurd for Gentry.
But you can see him somewhere back there.
Yeah, he's back there somewhere. He's, I think, on the right side there. But actually, hold on.
Middle.
Do me a favor. Keep this picture up here real quick. So, kind of starting off where we were. So where this group of people is kind of where Dave was standing, like kind of more like towards the camera, right? You were in this open area, and then behind the Chiefs hoodie guy, there is a table with some chairs kind of around the table, at least one chair. But this chair was all the way to the right of this table, so on the far side. Where Josh is standing is basically where I was standing when something happened. So I was standing there. Dave was talking to our guests who were sitting in chairs and stuff, pretty much right on the other side of the camera. And all of a sudden, we just hear this like squeaking sound, like this loud like sound across. What I thought it was the table. I really did. I thought somebody bumped the table, or I bumped the table or something. So I just blew it off. Later on that night, somebody moved the chair or hit the chair, bumped into the chair.
Yeah.
That's on the far right side of the table from our camera angle that we're looking at right here.
Yeah.
It was on the far right side of the table, and it made the skirt across the freaking concrete floor, and that was what we heard. That is 100% what we heard. So the chair moved.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can really say is that chair.
Like, I shrugged it off at first.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was just the table, because I actually kind of I know I bumped the table, but the table was not making a sound like that. It was wasn't it a pool table, or what was it? Wasn't a pool but it was a sturdy table.
Craps table.
Yes, it was a very sturdy table. Like, it was in place. So at first I thought it was me, but then later on the night we figured out it wasn't. But then right after that squeak noise happened, there's actually a room kind of behind the table.
Us. Yeah.
And I thought I heard like a knock or some sounds coming from that room. Some of the guests thought they saw shadows in that room, or a shadow. So basically there's that, you can kind of see it back there on the right side of the picture. That's like a little separate room. And that's actually the part of the mortuary where they worked on the bodies.
It's where they drained them.
Yeah, that's where they drained the bodies. There you go. There's actually, the drainage sink is still there, which is pretty freaking sweet. But morbid. It's so funny when I talk to people at work about this stuff, because I'm like, oh yeah, drainage, yeah, awesome.
Oh, they drained bodies in here. And
I like hanging out in graveyards and checking out tombstones.
Oh snap! Hey, not to diverge too much, but this is kind of cool. I had a dream of this exact conversation on the show.
Deja vu.
Because what I was just doing while you said that, when you said it, everything, my response, and even me like bringing it up, like, was part of this whole experience. So like, I just want to throw that out there.
I think we should talk about the graveyard though, here in a bit.
Graveyard.
Yeah, the cemetery we went to after Leavenworth. We went to a cemetery.
Oh yeah. I thought we talked about that already.
Did we?
Yeah, because Cassie's supposed to hook us up at that building.
Oh yeah, because we did talk about that. Okay, sorry guys, my bad to divert. But anyways, so during the entire time that Dave was talking to our guests and getting them familiar with us and stuff, we already had activity started like happening. Like, it wasn't full swing, but it was like,
some things were happening.
Really
some
cool.
people,
yeah.
Somebody said they saw a shadow in that back room while I was.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, some people, it was Jerry and then one other guest thought they saw a shadow move in that room.
Which, shout out to Jerry if he's watching.
If he is watching, he followed us on the entire tour, guys. He was great. Loved having him around. Loved his input as well. It was a very good sport as far as all the experiments as well. So
yes.
It was awesome. So hopefully, look forward to maybe some stuff next year if he wants to come along. We'll see.
I'll talk about it here in a little while, whether I am or not.
But let's keep going with, so breaking it down. We separated into two groups. But
hold on.
Let me.
I know I'm jumping
too far ahead.
Get a little excited there, Harvey.
Talk about what the owner did for us.
So I had this planned with the owner. I had 2 experiments planned for this event. The look on everybody's face when I told them what the first one was. Mm-hmm. So we do our introductions, introduce myself, Josh, you, and talked a little bit about the location, showed them a few clips from the haunting history episodes.
Yeah.
And
real quick, I'm going to pause just real quick. If anybody that can hear the heating unit that just kicked on, I apologize.
Can you hear it?
Oh, you can't hear it? Wow, I can hear it. Totally. Okay, cool. Well, appreciate the confirmation there. Anyways, continue as you were saying.
So, anyway, I showed a few clips from haunting history, the couple episodes we shot, or episode that was split into 2 that we shot there. And then I laid it on them, the first experiment. Because while I was doing my spiel, Charlie Bookout, the owner, was setting up the attraction. The first experiment was I was running everybody through the haunted house.
Yeah.
As we began. And Charlie, not this guy.
Not me.
When I say Charlie, I mean Bookout. Like he
Dave never calls me Charlie.
I don't.
It's a fact. Just so you know.
I just can't.
Charles.
That's what I call you.
That's what it sounds like when people say my name. It just sounds like
Charles.
It just sounds like, I don't know. To me, it's just like Charles. Anyways.
So Charlie let us run everybody in there, and he had some actors there as well. So it wasn't just like turning on stuff and letting people walk.
No.
He had some actors in there. They did a great job.
They did.
We sent people in 2 at a time, put them about a minute space in between everybody. The reason I did that was because of this play on fear. All these experiments were plays on fear. Putting people in vulnerable situations, letting that fear out. Fear is a very powerful emotion. And when we exhibit fear, we're putting a lot of energy out. Mm-hmm. And I figured this would be an awesome way to not only put energy out into the environment through the fear, but also put the energy out through the haunted house attraction, because that place runs like a bunch. Like this part, I let this run for most of the night. So I let that run for most of the night. The Jacob's Ladder.
Feel that too. Like you could just feel that walking into the room with that being on. Whoa.
Yeah.
Energy.
So whenever I told people about so the first experiment, we're gonna run you guys through the haunted house while it's running, operating, fully operating. Everybody's like,
yeah.
Oh God, no!
The fear
no!
instantly set in, and I was like, oh yes.
There's some people there that are pretty I kid you not, they their pants
like Josh.
Josh
got the crap scared out of him, dude. That was great.
AJ,
I loved being ahead of you guys, and I could hear Josh screaming behind me. It was awesome. It's so funny.
So Josh, when he followed me and we went last. That dude was hiding behind me, I was walking through, and he's being really careful, going around all these corners. He still got.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, I will say there was one time that I was like, oh my God, but it was just because I didn't see them. They were clever, but haunted houses don't scare me at all. Just nothing.
Now this one's really well set up.
It was really, really done well. I will say it's tight though. It is tight. So if you're a little bit bigger, I wouldn't say don't go, but just be prepared to
suck it in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Helps with claustrophobia.
It does. It was really cool. It was decorated well. And I mean, first and foremost, I thought the experiment worked personally.
I do too.
because we got so much activity the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Like,
Even just starting off, so we split up the groups.
Yeah.
One group went into this area where there's this nun, and this nun is known to fall out of her chair.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way any breeze is just going to come through there and knock her out. Knock her out of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, on top of that, her hand is nailed to the coffin that's in there. So it's not like she's going to move real easy from that. But one of the groups, I'm gonna bring this music to a little creepiness.
Now we're talking about creepiness.
Yes, we're gonna switch this up here. So starting this first session out, like, I took a group into we stayed in the mortuary section. The back part of it was the mortuary. We ran the microcom and tried doing EVPs sessions, and like, we weren't getting any activity, honestly, but it sounded like you were with me.
Yeah.
It sounded like the other group was getting all the activity.
Some stuff coming through ghost boxes, but I think we were getting some activity. I thought so. I think I mentioned this to you briefly, but so that corner where the drum set was in, right?
Yeah.
I thought I saw something behind the drum set, and in my mind, I wanted to try something. I said, hey, if that's you, please make a noise. I thought I saw something in the corner. Like, just make a noise to tell me if that's you. And I swear to you, there was a knock in that corner not too long after I asked that question.
Yeah, and I just realized there was early on when we first started, like, I heard something.
Yes.
And it picked up on the recorder because I checked it because it wasn't that far in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember you going over it.
Because then I let them know about, like, I hear shit, you don't.
Yes.
And we had that thing going.
I thought I saw somebody in that corner, and then we also had a little bit of the REM pod activity or whatever we were using there in that session.
That was after the session, in between.
That was after the session. Okay,
yeah.
So my whole thing, and the reason why I asked inside my mind, it's like just with my whatever, I asked that way because sometimes I've noticed that when you're doing ghost box sessions or EVPs too, before they finish asking the question, sometimes the answer will come out.
Yeah,
like, it's totally a thing, and it just makes you wonder: is like, can they read? And then I think later on, we were like, this kind of links to it. I can't remember when exactly, but I could have sworn that we had either a ghost box session or a recording session or something, or somebody heard like mind read or read minds or something to that extent. I could have sworn someone mentioned that, and that to me links back. That would link back to when I was asking the question in my mind.
Was that the other group that heard something and like they said something like when they came back?
Possibly. I thought I did hear the whistle. I do remember hearing what I thought was a whistle, and nobody else heard it. It was just me, and it was during the first session, but the sound came from towards where Josh's area was, but they never heard the whistle. That session never heard it, and I asked, and they never caught it as well, but I really didn't roll with a recorder just because there were so many people there, and it was just, I was hearing the ghost box all night, or not the ghost box, but Josh's special box on the other side.
Yeah, his
so obviously, yeah, like we could tell and separate the difference, obviously.
Yeah,
but that first session, I could have sworn I had seen something. I asked a question, and it made a noise in that corner that I asked it to, and then then I heard the whistle. But I needed to, next time we talk to Josh, I'd love to, if he remembers, I'd love to get his perspective on if they, like, the activity that they were having in that other room.
Right.
With Josh.
I if I'd thought about it, I probably would have I was going to say I could have got a hold of him, but I know he had to go to Michigan.
Yeah, whatever.
But, like in between that session and the next round, that's when the REM pod was starting to go off there by that doorway.
Yeah.
So like when you come into the mortuary, like you come in through this small room. There's a room off to the side. Well, that room off to the side was where they would like do viewings for the public.
Mhm. Yeah.
And if that way, if you didn't want to come into the building and see the body, you can stand outside, look through the window and see the body. So you come through that section, and then there's another doorway that opens up to the rest of the building. And around that doorway, I was actually getting some blips with the REM pod, which I couldn't tell whether or not the battery was just dying on it or something. Mm-hmm. So like it got to be consistent. So I went over there, shut it off, turned it back on, and it stopped doing it. So questionable.
Maybe.
But it could have been something. You never know.
Yeah, never absolutely. Know. So the next session we did, wasn't it in the merchandising room? That was the next room we went into. Yeah,
we went in there.
That was really cool. Like, I don't know, I just love the setup of this place too. Like all the the vintage nostalgia vibes they had and all the cool tech.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I was
really, he's got an 80s vibe.
Dude, it's so awesome. Like I just man. It was killer. It was a great time. So
I think mainly that out of that next session was that metal sound. The metal tapping.
Yeah, we heard the metal tapping. That's right.
Not sure. Still don't know what it was.
That was in the front entrance where people actually come in to the haunted house, where one of our guests was hearing repeated metal tinging after you would ask a question. I chalked it up to maybe being a light pole, just because it sounded like the same kind of like, the flagpole. That's what I meant to say. Thank you. I chalked it up to that, but I mean, it could have been something, because she was right. It was literally every time you would ask a question, the tinging would happen.
After we went on break, I went out there and I looked at those flagpoles, and they were just PVC pipe. It wasn't metal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I actually, like, from when I was standing there and I was looking, because that's why it made me like, okay, maybe it's not that, because
I think Jerry and I
fiber,
Jerry and I, we on the exterior door, we were trying the door handle that they got the little thing, and trying that and different sound. It was a deeper, lower tone.
We couldn't get it. We couldn't get it to recreate or happen again.
So that was interesting. That was very interesting, because I think the first time we were there, we heard something like that again. We just brushed it off as being something.
Well, what I think's interesting. So let's just kind of get into the touching stuff. I find it interesting that the first time you were there with Spurrier and John, Spurrier got touched. Like the amount of people that said they were touched during the tour, that's pretty high. Like 3 people getting touched, 1 person getting touched multiple times. 4 people. I'm sorry, 4 people getting touched, and Spurrier was touched. Like it's. I think that place is like a touch magnet or something. There's something strong there. Or it just had plenty of energy from the entire event. That's why I think it fully worked. I really think the test, or not test, but
the haunted house thing, the fear deal.
Yeah, that, and then the Jacob's Ladder. I think that helped a lot too. But I'll kind of set it up. I know. So we were doing the Estes session, and I was in basically like a merchandise room, like a gift shop kind of thing. Yeah. And there was, I think, I had one guy in the room, but he was like on the other side of the room. He wasn't anywhere near me, right? So I'm sitting there, blindfold on, listening to Ghost Box with headphones. Everyone who's asked, all the other people are sitting in basically
another part of the
base camp, the main area
in the mortuary.
Yeah, the resting area of the mortuary. Everybody was just sitting around a microphone, or not a microphone, a walkie-talkie, essentially. Speaker. And they could hear me like talking or saying anything that like I would notice, or if I heard out the Ghost Box, I would say. So they were all asking questions or trying to get it to do something. So I would say shortly before you came and got me, like literally seconds before I heard the door move, because I heard you open the door and start coming down the hallway. But like seconds before that happened, I swear I felt a slight pressure on my left shoulder. I was also wearing a jacket, so the fact that I could feel that pressure through my jacket, and I was sitting completely still, so why would I be feeling pressure on my shoulder? Like, because
Right.
sometimes people be like, "Oh, it's your clothes moving." No, I wasn't moving at all.
Or your muscle
Or
contracting.
your muscle contracting. Yes.
But if that happens, it's not just going to do it once and
Right.
stop.
Exactly. And that's what happened. It just pressed once and it just stopped. So I was like, oh, okay, that was interesting. So we go back. I start telling everybody what happened. And I mentioned that I think I was touched on my shoulder. I felt pressure on my shoulder. And there was one person, she was just like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? What happened? I think Jerry was the one who said it to go touch me on the shoulder, or to go touch me. Yeah. And the fact that I felt something on my shoulder blows my mind. Just
Now,
wow.
to let everybody know about this experiment, this was experiment number 2.
Yes.
We're all familiar with the Estes method, where you have the headphones, the blindfold, the spirit box, all that. So with this, I wanted to run 2 people listening to audio in separate spots of the building. And the group that's asking questions was also going to be separated. So we don't hear them in person. We're going to hear, I had everybody mic'd up, or had a mic in the rooms. So we could hear both of them at the same time. So we can monitor both of them at the same time, and we could direct the spirits to go to one of them to answer a question. And one of them that came through strong, like it came through crystal clear, was we asked to say somebody's name, and it freaking said it.
Yeah.
Like loud and clear. And it's not a common name. It was like, it's not Stacy, was it? Or what was it? Started with an S, I think.
Sarah?
No. That's not that common.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
But
I remember people commenting on it.
Yeah, it came through really loud, and like the whole experience was actually pretty cool, because from time to time there'd be some very accurate things that came through.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to have some garble, but like there's things that were coming through that people weren't hearing and speaking out.
So, what I thought was interesting as well, when it came down to Josh's session, because he was doing a ghost box session too.
Yeah, I was doing it at the same time.
Yeah, you and Josh were doing it at the same time. Here. The same word came across both you both said the same word within seconds, and it was baby. There is something significant about a baby at this location. Dave, I'm gonna let you tell the story because you know it better than me.
So, when we were filming Haunting History there, we asked Charlie for some information about, anything that may have taken place there or happened in town that would have involved the location. And many years ago, there was a woman who actually killed her baby and tried to hide it by burying it under some rocks. But and I think she took her own life, but those bodies ended up at the mortuary. And when we were investigating, we were poking and prodding. And if you haven't seen the episode, guys, definitely go check it out. Carpenter's Mortuary. On the part 1, we were asking, did you kill your baby and all this. Back that up a little bit. We started noticing we were getting some EMF hits with the EDI Plus, and like there were just little blips here and there. And I started asking questions. I asked like about a certain name, and then I asked, "Are you the one that killed your baby?" or something like that. And the thing just lights up, full blown, just lights up. And I'd never seen that before. Like I'd had that thing for months, never had it go off like that. And so for it to respond to me asking, "Did you kill your baby?" And then also with what happened during the Estes session where we say baby, just kind of plays into that whole baby thing.
It does. 100%.
Real quick. But as a disclaimer, I'm just going to say like nothing's factual and proven and stuff.
Yeah,
this is something we're working on.
It's just, it's a part of the investigation process. Yeah. But I thought it was just crazy that you both said baby literally within seconds of each other. And at the same time, Josh was actually getting touched. Like he was getting felt up like on his like thigh.
Oh, yeah.
Knee. Like, and I honestly said, I was like, "Do you want to make a baby?" Because she was touching Josh's inner thigh.
Yeah, he said it felt like somebody was running their finger up his thigh.
Yes, that's exact. Well, and I didn't know that until obviously he came back, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, or during the question, because it said baby, and then Josh was like, "Oh my god, my leg's getting touched," and then I was just like, "Well, do you want to make a baby?" Like, just saying it out loud, not trying to be funny, and like. Then when Josh comes back and tells me that it started like lower towards his knee and worked up, I was just like, okay, maybe there's something factual to that question or something off about that question. But yeah, that was very interesting as well. And I want to say that was about it. But
well,
man,
during these Estes sessions, AJ Malone, who is with is it KMP? Or KAM Paranormal, Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri. That's their team, KAM Paranormal. They came out there, and AJ, I don't know if he was just kind of skeptical about the place and all this, but he was in the room with one of the ladies while she was doing her session.
No, I think that was a different guy. AJ Malone, I don't know if they were they a team?
No, yeah. AJ was part of that KAM.
So that was multiple people. It wasn't just the guy and his girlfriend.
No, it was multiple people.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
So she's still doing her thing, like still doing the headphones and everything. He's in the room. We put somebody in the room for safety with these people, just to watch. And over the speaker, I hear AJ going, "David, come here. David, come here. Can you hear me? David, come here." Like, I'm like, oh shit. He kind of sounded worried, and so I hurried up and went in there. He's like, dude, my shirt like lifted. He's talking like it lifted like a significant amount, like showed his side of his belly kind of thing. Like it lifted up, and it freaked him out.
Freaked out. I'll say when he came back, I remember he was pretty freaked. Like
he was pretty freaked about it.
At one point, I had thought that he seemed a little like, because when he came in, he was more just like relaxed, like all right, no big deal. But like, you could tell his body language completely changed after that event happened. So yeah, he, like I said, I think a lot of the people that came in there were probably really skeptical of the place, which is fine
and curious. There's a few people that have never done any ghost hunting. And they walked away, I think, believers, honestly. Like there was more that happened that night.
Yes, than the entire tour.
You and I were walking. We're over near the Jacob's Ladder. We were leaving that area, and I was starting to go through, and I felt on my left shoulder like somebody like put their hand on me, like just kind of tapped me, and I looked over to make sure I didn't bump nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing to bump. And I was like, oh, man. Turn around. I'm like, I think I got touched.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I have never been on an investigation where touching was that active. This place needs to have more investigations.
I think it will.
Like normal, not normal, but true, like not events, but investigations.
Yes.
I think this place deserves it. And it needs it to find out the answers for this location. It was wild. The vibe in this place was amazing.
Now,
I really enjoyed it.
Charlie is actually going to be opening up for paranormal teams that want to come and investigate. He is going to charge. Well, because
I get it.
Because he has to, go and open up and go do all that.
He's got to make money somehow. Like you got to keep a location open.
And the place needs repairs.
Yes,
let's not BS that.
Well, and I think people will understand that because a lot of places, even historical places that are owned by city, state, county, whatever, I think places are starting to realize we can make some money.
Yeah,
doing this to help fund the location.
And he's not going to charge much, like
right.
In the scheme of things, like
history and hauntings go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Exactly. And this place is registered with the National Historic Registry. Yeah. So
yeah, and Maple was touched as well. That was the other young lady, the redhead. She was touching the ankle. I believe,
a couple times.
One was on her leg. Yeah,
she was touched a couple times.
She was pretty freaked out. Like they left a little early.
Yeah.
Like not really early, but she was just like, yeah, I want to leave. Like this. There you go. So I mean, I hope they had a good time. Obviously.
Oh, they did. I
and
believe they did.
yeah, from everyone's reaction by the end of the event, it was pretty positive.
As tired as everybody was, like it was a good
I was
good
so
interaction.
burnt out. I was ready to go
Right.
back to the hotel and just crash. I was so tired.
But yeah,
Like, especially because the drive too, it made me so tired.
yeah. I mean, like this place, like I said, I'm gonna go back and investigate it again.
Yeah.
I think other teams are gonna be going. I know some other teams that Charlie's gonna be kind of coming to me about helping filter out certain teams, like.
Yes.
But so I'll help him in that
People you
department.
just can't trust in the world.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
But the only thing he really asks in return, aside from like paying to come in, which is only I think he's only going to charge like $200 for the night.
That's very. That's
yeah.
That's good. That's
so.
totally fine.
But the only other thing he requests is that people share the evidence with him.
Yeah.
If you catch stuff, share it with him.
And to me, when it comes down to stuff like this too, if teams aren't interested in the history, I probably wouldn't let them in the location. Personally, just me.
Yeah.
Like to truly investigate, you're gonna need to know at least some details about the location. And if people don't want to know, when it was built, who it was built by, what happened there, like, in which I understand there's some places that they just don't know the history. Like, they don't know it that much, and it's still in a work in progress. So I have such a great respect for the historians and people that do such digging to find history for places, because I have no idea where to begin. Obviously libraries you could, but patience and a lot of research. That's just how it is. But this was such a phenomenal investigation. I had such a great time.
It's a great way to wrap up the entire tour, honestly. Like this tour, and people have asked me how it went. I'm like, it was just the trajectory was straight up, skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had what was it? A couple for the first one, about 3, 4 for the second one, and
like
then
6 or 7 for the third one.
Yeah, 6 or 7 for the third one, and then 15.
And like 12.
Was it 12 or 15?
12. It was 12.
12.
For the last
12.
one. So like it
awesome.
was just kept going up. So that was great. On top of that, like even before the tour was over, people were asking already if I was going to be doing this in 2024.
Yeah.
And I'm going to answer you guys tonight. Am I going to do another tour? That answer is maybe. I know it's not the answer you were looking for.
Hook, line, and sinker. Love it.
But let me explain this. I have to contact places. I have to set this stuff up. So like, I do want to do another one. If I can get some of these locations on board to do it.
There's
so if I get some of these
in the name.
Yeah. So if I can get these locations to do this with me, then yes, I am going to do another one.
I think you should. I mean, not just, because I'm a friend, but let's just put it this way. I've definitely helped with a lot of different not ghost tours, but like ghost events. I've just like, hey, you want to come help us? Yeah, sure. Why not? Like guided tours and stuff like that. No one's really doing experiments that much. No,
everybody's.
Sorry, go ahead.
The only thing people are doing is like this cookie cutter mold. And honestly, another reason why I'm doing the experiments outside of my own selfish reasons is kids laugh right then.
Right.
The other reason is like this gives people an open box.
Yes.
Like this allows people to step outside of the normal investigation and see that they can do other things that isn't on TV.
Well, and I will say the only other time that I have seen stuff done like this, well, not stuff like this, but like the only time that I've ever seen an event do some experiments was with Dustin Perry and Chris Williams at Malvern. Now one of those experiments was your experiments, but the one with Dustin, kind of like we were
asking a question each.
Yeah, but it was also, there was like a specific word that they said, and they tried to get it to like like
code
keep
word,
doing it,
yeah.
and yeah, exactly, like the code word stuff. I really liked that they did that, but yeah, like as far as actually trying to do stuff with guests and get guests involved, that like without, and what I mean by that is because usually when you go to places, they're just like, all right, you have free roam, go do whatever. Like there'll be somebody watching you like do stuff, and then you'll have like a
you're
group
not
in one
really,
room, and then right next door there's another group. There's no control. There's no,
and you're not really investigating with the celebrity. You're there with them, but you're just investigating and they're watching you sometimes.
I would say
Dustin's really good about
10, yes, Dustin's very good about getting people involved, but I would say 7 times out of 10 the celebrity's just chilling because they really don't want to investigate.
They got paid. They don't want to.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They already got paid.
At least most of the ones that I've worked like that. But anyways, yeah. So I'm thankful for it, and I can't wait for if and when it happens. And my my headset just popped out. Give me a second. And we're back.
Well, another thing, talking with a certain somebody who's wanting to do more tours and events and stuff, has some events that they're planning on and wanting to do. They're wanting me to join them and help them do those. So
Heck yeah, dude.
that might be something I'm going to add on to my plate. But 2024, I think is going to be a good one. I'm going to be aiming for a bigger tour, which means more locations. Maybe a couple of familiar ones like Malvern. I'd really love to re-hit that place again. Carpenters. I think we'll probably redo that place again. But on top of that, there's going to be new experiments.
Yes, of course.
This is just the beginning, guys. Like,
really quick score check: 17-7 halftime Chiefs.
Cool. Like these experiments, for the most part, are stuff that I normally do. This is what I do when I investigate, like the doorway thing, the sensory overload.
Jeez.
That kind of stuff is what I normally do on investigations. I put myself, I put my team, I put whoever's with me in a situation. But some of the experiments that I have planned for the next tour is taking it up a notch.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting if we can do this. Some of them may be a little dangerous. Maybe.
It's fine. There's waivers for a reason.
Yep. Depending on the people,
If obviously if someone doesn't want to, like, if they feel like their safety is in concern, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're not comfortable with the situation, you don't feel right, just don't do it.
And I think I'm probably gonna. I think on the next ones also, like, if I have a guest with me, I'm gonna go ahead and put him on the billing.
Yeah.
And because normally what I did with this one, like, that was part of the mystery, like who's going to be the guest.
Yeah.
But really the mystery is what kind of experiments are we going to do?
Exactly.
And
that's the special part about the entire investigation. It's the experiments, not the guests.
Yeah. And if you've gone to these and you know that I'm doing some messed up stuff, you're going to go to the next one anticipating.
What kind of messed up stuff?
Yeah.
I'm just
kind of make you
get some secrets out here.
But seriously, like, people are going to anticipate now, like, what's coming next?
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
True.
It might even scare them a little bit, and I'm okay with that.
Kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah. So
like,
that was
awesome.
When,
when you do the hallway experiment, or the doorway experiment, I'm not going to say details, but people know
it worked.
If you know, you know. When you do that experiment, it's kind of interesting because not only do you have stuff happening, but the fear of when people are talking about things happening, that fear starts to creep in and settle in for other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they're having stuff. There could be stuff around me or behind me or in front of, you know what I mean? That just the chains start, they start going, whatever.
Well, here's the thing. Like, when we did that at Malvern, we played it safe.
Yeah,
we did it safe. We did it all in the same hall. Now, initially what I wanted to do was set everybody like 2 per hall.
Yeah. But
Like,
yes,
with
that
the
makes
people that were
total
there,
sense,
having only like Mitch, I didn't want to like separate him
yeah.
too
Didn't
far
wanna scar
down.
him, huh?
Yeah, and of
Yeah.
course, I think Jerry would have been fine with it though.
Yeah, I think he would have been too.
After getting to know him, I think he would have
Yeah.
been fine with it.
I think if you were like, "Hey, go walk into the mortuary and ask questions," he would have been fine with it by himself.
See that?
He totally
See
would
that
have
circle with the candles around it and
Yeah.
stuff? Go stand in the middle of that.
been fine. And there's a mirror there for a reason, but don't ask.
Yes.
There's a couple mirrors, one on the ceiling, one on the floor, or vice versa.
Don't mind the
whatever.
blood.
Yeah,
Don't
don't
mind
mind
the
the blood. It's fine. It's fine.
Just don't slip on the blood.
Yeah, that's it. Don't mind the body parts in the corner either. It's okay.
That was near when I got here.
Yeah, that was already here. It's part of the haunted house. It's fine. It's fine.
What haunted house?
Right. It's also fair.
Yeah.
Also fair.
But yeah, next year I've got like a list of places I think they're gonna.
Oh yeah.
I think for the most part.
And you put a post out there. I was like, hey guys,
Yeah.
asking for possibly. Yes, Jerry's a good ghost baiter. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Jerry.
Ghost bait. Ghost baiter. Yeah, ghost bait. Is that his new nickname? Is ghost bait? Ghost bait.
Ghost bait.
Jerry's ghost bait. Welcome to Jerry's ghost bait. So,
Ghost bait Lewis.
goat bait. Ah, yeah, there you go. Jerry goat bait. Goat bait. Ghost bait.
Goat bait.
Lewis. Goat
What do
bait.
You'll be out there baiting them ghosts.
Yeah, don't be baiting them ghosts. But
Baiting them with two hands. What?
I did see some good suggestions coming from that post, and I will say I hope a couple or 3, maybe 4 are part of the next one. We'll see.
Well, fun.
Obviously.
Fun thing about like a lot of these places that were mentioned was like I already know these people, and like these places I know the people that run them and stuff. So
Exactly. Jerry, you're a trooper, a scholar, and a gentleman. Twice. That's pretty good. That's like second chances. You know what I'm saying?
I'll bait them ghosts. I'll bait them with both hands. What's that?
I'll bait them real good. Jeez. Gonna leave it at that.
Where's my moisturizer?
What?
Don't want to get chapped.
No, not at all. But it's I will say it's been very interesting talking to people at work about this, because when I go back in, I told several people what was happening and where I was going, and work pretty much sent out a notice too, but some people didn't know, and so it's kind of it was still kind of nice coming back and being able to be like, oh yeah, I was ghost hunting for like a month. What? Like, what are you talking about? Because there was actually some people. Do you remember when I sent that picture of the whole missing bartender? Did you remember seeing that? Okay, so my work put out just like it was an old picture of me, and it just said missing bartender, and it was in a part of the news week at work.
Oh,
And there was actually people concerned that I was actually missing.
oh shit!
So
Then you show up all of a sudden, they're like,
like, oh,
hell?
you're not actually missing. All right, cool, good. You're glad you're okay. Like, okay,
"Jokes
sure.
on you."
Yeah, joke's on me, absolutely. But it was kind of funny coming back, and not kind of. It's great coming back and being able to tell stories and everything that happened, and even where I'm at, it's really cool to see how open-minded people are. And when I say even where I'm at, it's
Surprisingly, where you're at, these people are
surprisingly
open.
where I'm at. Yeah, it's nice. I'm really glad for the open-mindedness. It's mainly because religion has a very negative view on the paranormal world, less so nowadays because it's become more mainstream. But it was considered just devil work or devil worship. Like there was still
Right.
some people like, oh yeah, I've been interested in the occult, and I'm like, I'm not interested in the occult. I'm not conjuring spirits to come up. I'm just asking questions. I'm not, you know what I mean? So some people, they can't really separate the whole occult versus just research and interest. Not
Would be this could be my new catchphrase for you. I'll be like, "What are you doing over there, Charles? You conjuring Kesha?"
Exactly. Just because I took 3 courses on demonology from Bishop Long doesn't mean that I'm interested in demons. Okay,
Dude, that's what I'm gonna start doing every time I go number 2.
What?
somebody asks me what I'm doing, I'm like, I'm conjuring Kesha.
I just had flashbacks to that show. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I mean,
Here's a
I
nice
appreciate.
piece.
I honestly, I generally have a hold on. I generally have a respect for people that are interested in trying to do something in the paranormal field. Generally, this is just it's a ladder, if you will. Like at the very bottom, when I first meet people, I'm like, hey, you're interested in the paranormal? Me too. Like kind of, okay, cool. We have something to talk about now. But then when you get to know people and like where they really stand on things, you'll really figure out fast if you like, because there is obviously divide, like as far as what people believe and stuff. But here's the beautiful thing about the paranormal world: we don't freaking know by definiteness. We just know that things can happen, will happen, and sometimes we can get it to happen again. Sometimes we can't. So but when you watch people on a show or just watching them in person, what have you, you can really tell how interested they are in this stuff. Like if they're actually genuinely interested or doing it for a TV show.
When the Low Files came out, I was...
The Low Files? Was that the Rob Lowe TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was genuinely annoyed.
Oh, yeah?
There was one episode they went ghost hunting. The guy that was supplying them equipment called the equipment the wrong name, tried to explain it to him, and explained it wrong. I was livid. I made Facebook posts and all that shit, but
yes. But we need people we need people that know and will actually call people out. I'm just saying, I know people get so upset and butthurt about feuds or fighting in the paranormal. Like, we're trying to work together, but there are people that just don't know and they just do it just to do it, trying to get famous for it.
Exactly.
It's just but people that have been doing it for a while, and if you're not a complete jerk about it or a tool, then I have respect for you. Like I will say I don't know him, and I know he has a ton of shows.
I wouldn't talk about Rob. I wasn't talking about Rob.
No, I didn't think you were. I was just saying in general.
It was the ghost hunter that was loaning him the equipment. That couldn't get it right.
Yes.
I will say kind of situation.
When people talk about shows, I haven't really heard people talk about how bad Osborne stuff is. So that tells me he must be doing a pretty good job compared to other people. I'm sure he's doing a great job. But I don't really watch a lot of shows, so it's just certain people I'll watch, some I don't. But I'm always interested that they're trying to do something and have forward progress in the field, but when it's just for a show and you can clearly tell it's just entertainment, not advancing the field, it's kind of, it loses its luster,
Oh yeah.
You just don't want to watch it anymore. Anyways.
So, other news.
Yeah, a little ranting, sorry.
I have a meeting on Thanksgiving.
You have a meeting on Thanksgiving? Family Day. You have a meeting.
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
with somebody from Ireland.
I'll be at work at 9. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody from Ireland.
Is this something you want to talk about now, or?
Yeah, I can talk about it. I don't give a shit.
Okay. He's got to meet with somebody in Ireland, everybody. It's the first time I've heard
I am I got contacted by another streaming company.
Oh, this guy. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And I told them that
in Ireland.
Yeah, they're from Ireland, and
cool.
They looking for more content. So Haunting History is sorry. I was about to get a leg cramp there. I'm like, nope, let's not do that.
Not right now.
It's like, shut up, don't tell them. You don't know anything right now. No, this other streaming company, they're looking for more content, and I was like, they're looking for a non-exclusive deal. So I'm already on a non-exclusive deal with another distributor, so I can put this Haunting History on this other streaming service as well. Absolutely. And so how that comes out. So I'm doubling up on that. But I'm going to talk to them about something exclusive.
Ooh.
Now that I'm not going to talk about.
Should you?
So wait, y'all have to wait.
That's true. That is a very good idea. But I'm excited since you told me about it. So, Cassie, I'll be serving a lot of mimosas on Thanksgiving. So that's.
Are you working Thanksgiving?
I gotta work Thanksgiving. Every single year we do a big Thanksgiving thing where people come and eat. Obviously, family style, and it goes from like I got to be there at 9 and I don't get off till 5. So. Dang. Yeah, and we also do like a carry out service too, where people can come and get like whole things of turkey and sides and all that kind of stuff. But
wow.
Yeah, I got to work Thanksgiving.
That's good though.
Yeah, it's fine. We got 3 seatings. There should be no flips of tables, so it should be just pretty fast. But it's a lot of people. Like it's a banquet essentially.
Yeah.
And, but I plan on doing Thanksgiving stuff probably Saturday maybe. Well, I can't really. My folks are out of town. So my Thanksgiving stuff will probably be with my roommates or other relatives.
Get you a ham, slow roast it.
Oh, I actually planned on doing that for myself because freaking honey ham is so good.
I would love to get rid of turkey and just like make ham the official food.
I do. So mainly I do turkey. I love turkey. I do. I can't get rid of turkey. I love turkey. I love turkey smothered in gravy. Sorry. And mashed potatoes, obviously. But like turkey gravy is actually really good too.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I like turkey and Thanksgiving and doing ham for Christmas. That's usually what it is. But since I'm probably not doing anything Thanksgiving wise, I'll probably get a ham for myself this year because why not?
Ham.
Yeah. I love ham. Like the first time I did it, it actually went really well. So I can't wait to do it again. But
dude. Yeah, I think I'm going to be taking my daughter over to my mom's and my brother's house. They're having some big Thanksgiving thing. Try to get a couple $100 off my brother so he can pay his phone bill. But outside of that, watch a foosball.
Pork butt and ribs. Oh, that sounds great, Cassie. Lucky. But yeah, speaking of foosball.
Yeah.
It's Chiefs are still winning.
Okay.
Woo! They got back not too long ago.
We were going to talk like some paranormal news stories and stuff, but I think we really killed this hour.
Yeah, we really did, talking about carpenters and other things. But
which is good. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. We can do that another day.
Exactly.
Next week, guys, we already have our show planned.
Yes.
Next week we're going to talk about giants in America.
Whoa. And I'm not talking about icons.
Yeah, not the New York Giants.
And not
they suck.
To it. Well, yeah.
They do. But yeah, Giants in America is next week's topic. Guys, if you haven't yet, if you wanted to show some support for the show, you can jump over. I just whizzed past it. You can jump over to the Haunting History store at hauntinghistory.threadless.com. Get you the Boogeyman Radio t-shirt. This one right here.
Nice.
Got the UFO sucking up Sasquatch.
Goddamn Sasquatch, that's what it is.
Among other shirts. You can get a Haunting History shirt. You get the Poultry Guy shirt. If you see me rocking the Poultry Guys one, it's right there.
It's a good one.
Right there. And my favorite, it's not paranormal, it's paratainment. Get you guys some merch there. It goes to help support the show.
And future endeavors.
We need a future endeavor, like another vlog kind of thing.
I agree.
That's
we
what
don't have anything planned for this winter, as far as I know, like excursions. Well, I know possibly I might be doing some camping here, like winter camping, so I'll be here pretty soon. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've done it before. I've slept in places at 40 degrees and 30.
That's not bad. I have too,
exactly.
but it's on an investigation.
Same.
Same.
And sweet dreams, Cassie. Love y'all.
Take care.
It's literally.
Take care.
Yep. Literally.
Anything you want to add before we jump off?
I think we're pretty good. I thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate seeing everybody. And we'll see y'all next week on Monday.
Catch all the other replays. Give them a like. Show some support there. And if you're new to the channel and you made it this far, you better subscribe. That was a long time watching.
Also, go Chiefs.
All right. And we